our faculty is a group of musicians that are close to or on the cutting edge in their professions. The professional world of music, the career world changes and has variations to it. We intend to stay in touch with it so that we can help these aspiring professionals get into the area that they want to get into. It is our intention to make it as available and as possible as we can for aspiring artists to become successful performing artists.
I'm Gerald Jackson, and I work for the Fine Arts Foundation's Village Conservatory of Music, and we're located in the Rice University Village area at 2431 Robin Hood. I coordinate many of the day-to-day activities here at the conservatory. I do a lot of office work here, a lot of answering the phone, filing. I coordinate between the teachers and the students on when lessons are given here, monitor the building use to make sure that there are no conflicts. One of the other jobs that I do here is to review the new applications that are submitted for music lessons.
We have a scholarship program that provides for students that don't have the money for a musical education, so that anyone that's seriously committed to their development as a musician can study under a professional and pursue a career as a professional musician. We also provide instruments for those that need them and don't have them, books, and anything else they need to pursue their education as a musician.
We have a limited number of financial wherewithal that we use for paying for scholarships. In other words, if a student can demonstrate financial need, we have a limited fund from which we can draw to pay for that student's lessons. We provide lessons in voice, piano, bagpipes, harp, violin, and guitar. The violin and guitar lessons are currently taught by one person, so we actually have 5 regular teachers who are participating here. We have students of all ages, but I would say most of them tend to be young adults, but we have had children and we have had retirees, so it does span all ages.
I'm proud to say that over the past year, scores of students have been given scholarships by our organization, as well as hundreds of people attending our public performances for education, as well as for their cultural enrichment.
The purpose of living history presentations is to remove the obscurity of history to people in the educational situation, so that whatever subject they're studying is more real and not just some dusty page of a dusty book. We recently presented a living history program for the Texas Historical Commission that involved the music and costuming of the colonial days of Texas, the war between the states, and also a segment on 19th century maritime music. We plan to prepare a broad and deep body of historical material for public presentation to use in schools or universities, covering a variety of historical subjects and historical periods.
We've had the opportunity to work with many significant groups in the area. We've worked with the Texas Historical Commission, the Galveston Historical Foundation, the Houston International Festival Committee, as well as many public and private schools in the area. In conjunction with these organizations, we've been able to provide a service which I think has been unique for our area. We've been able to provide educational presentations as well as dramatic living history presentations for the public.
Yeah, one of the other things that we do here at the conservatory, we do get involved in culture from a historical point of view as well. And in line with that, in line with preserving our cultural history and our artistic history, we have a small but growing collection of audio and video tapes, a VHS player and small television for people to utilize. One of the other things that we want to do here is to establish a fine arts center that will be well publicized in the neighborhood and in the city of Houston, to let people know that this is a center for study about culture, about early Americana, about the antebellum South, not just about music in these areas, but also about the art, the literature, and so forth.
Truly, I think our place in terms of other arts organizations in Houston is unique because we're not bound to one particular type of art. We're not the Contemporary Arts Museum. We're not just the Houston Music Conservatory. We encompass many, many things. And I think it's a very unique position for us to be in. I think we are interested in many different things and are able to provide a service which educates the public in many different areas, not just one exclusive area. In the future, I see us being even more involved in the visual arts and in the living history projects, as well as many other types of art, other forms of expression.
Yes, we will also be increasing our going out to the public and serving the public with an increase in our lectures, forums, presentations that will benefit the public in the areas of culture, fine arts, music, presentations, and so forth. One of the great needs that I see here at the conservatory is to increase the availability of scholarships to worthwhile students. I've constantly running across people who are interested in taking music lessons but simply cannot afford to. There are a lot of potential students, potential music makers out there who could really benefit from this. And I'd like to see this grow considerably.
In the future, we intend to stay close to the cutting edge and help our students in whatever way they need to get a solid, substantive start in their profession. We'll try to make available whatever we can in the way of connections or assistance or counseling along with their professional training, and help them deal with all the unforeseen problems that face someone starting out in the performing arts.
We get some support from the community for projects in the form of public donations as well as some private donations. And we certainly welcome the help of any volunteers that might be interested in working with us to further some of our goals. We'd like to think we're a little more accessible than a lot of the other arts organizations in the area, and our doors are certainly always open, and we invite you to stop by and come visit us.
Get down!